everyone. Thank you very much for listening to ASEA English Schools again and getting tips with how to use your English. I wanted to talk today again about work, and I wanted to get into detail because I think some people forget that an employer is looking to not only acquire a new person to work, but they're looking to acquire a new person with skills that they do not have. And so for many of you, you listen to many of the posts that I put online to help you with your English. You have absolutely got to work on your English and go out of your way to making your English better. So for example, in many of the areas that you all come from, Brazil, Asia, some in Russia, these are non-English speaking places. And so you really have to work on your English dramatically. You have to hear it all the time. You have to hear it from native speakers. You have to work on it with native professors that are educated in teaching English. It just can't be anyone because they're native. You will not learn. There's an art to learning. There's a science behind learning. And when you begin learning it, you'll understand more of what I'm saying. But regarding the work, you are going to an employer to show him or her certain skills that you have. So you're going to get a job, but you have to remember they're interviewing you, hoping that you fill certain skills. So in these areas where you all are coming from, English, without doubt, is one of those skills. You want to make sure that you really listen and work and talk and exchange and do all that you can with English so that you can be more attractive to an employer. I can't tell you how many people have come into my office, they want to, work on their English. They want to be ready for a job. But you can't do all of that stuff quickly. You have to invest time. You have to work on the language. It has to be natural. And it can't be natural if you only have 5 minutes to work on the language. It doesn't work that way. And so if you take the time to invest in learning the language, in speaking the language, in hearing the language, if you take time every day and listen to something in the language, you will be far better off because you're doing so. For example, I can't tell you how many students I know that have lost job opportunities that they'll never get again just because they never took 10 minutes to work on their English every day. I mean, they lose them. And it's not just losing the job opportunity. Think about it. It's losing the possibility of earning a lot of money per month. It's losing the opportunity to really help your child pay for something, or your wife or your husband pay for something, just because they didn't take 5 or 10 minutes out a day to really work on the language. No one is expecting you to be an expert. You're not in a native English-speaking place. But they are expecting something. They do have some expectations when they interview you. And if you show up and you don't say anything, you really can't speak a word regarding what they sell or what they provide or the service that they're into in English, that's bad for you. And you don't want that. You really want to walk out of the interview knowing that, you know what, I nailed it. I got that job. If I want it, I got it. That's mine. That's the way you want to walk out of an interview. You don't want to walk out of an interview hoping maybe I got it. It doesn't work that way. If you really shine, you will be offered the job. It's just something to think about. I want you to really work on your English. We can teach and work with you on your language online. We can work with your language in our offices. We can work with students, and we do every day, every weekend. The time they have, we work with that. And so if that's you, definitely send us a WhatsApp message right above on the Instagram area, the profile area. You'll see a link that enables you to send a WhatsApp message to us immediately. If that's you, send that message. Don't wait another day to improve your English. If you don't prepare, you'll be like my students. You'll come in, you'll be offered a job. Now, you'll come in here, you'll tell me that you've been offered a job, or you really had a good chance of getting the job, but they took it off the table because you couldn't speak English, because you really did not invest in the language. And they're going to know. They're going to ask you a few questions. You can't answer them, they're going to know. Your pronunciation, your language, the way you speak, they're going to know if it's natural. So if it's not, it's over. And so I don't want that to happen to you. We don't want that to happen to you. It is very easy to not encounter a situation like that. So if you really want to work on your English and make yourself really marketable, please give us a call. You know, it could be working in your company or working for your company. It could be for academic purposes. It could be for travel. It could be for a slew of possibilities. But if that's you, give us a call or send us a WhatsApp. That's even better. Anyway, have a good day. Thanks for listening to me go on and on and on. Anyway, take care. Goodbye. Caroline, have a good time in New York City. I have students in New York right now. Take care. Later. Bye.